disappointed and feel good at the same time. Very big trap game for us. No Joshua Langford, which was a coach's and trainer decision more than Josh's. A little bit of a sore knee, but nothing at all. Could have played. We just felt like, as I told you early in the year, we're going to give him a chance here and there. Really, really disappointed in our bigs. The Guardian, after doing a pretty good job against Eastern Michigan, and yet we had no scouting report. They hadn't played. They had transfers. I mean, the Matt Johnson kid goes 7 for 14, 4 for 6. Played 9 minutes a game, and I think averaged a point for St. Bonaventure's last year. And, he tore us up. Antoine Davis is just a hell of a player. But Rocket Watts did a hell of a job on him, too. Held him to no threes, which is hard to do. 26 shots on 24 points on 26 shots. Rocket did his job, and sometimes it was by himself. I thought if I had stars of the game, Rocket really played under control compared to maybe the Duke game. A lot less dribbling. There were some great plays. I thought Aaron Henry, just stuffed the stat sheet again, Not shooting it great yet, but with 10 rebounds, 12 points, 6 assists, 1 block, 3 steals. He guarded him too sometimes. Really felt good about Aaron. And probably the third star, believe it or not, would have been Foster Lawyer. He did everything we asked. We got a little bit more play out of Hogart. But our bigs, other than Marcus Bingham, I thought really struggled and struggled to guard, struggled to rebound. Major disappointment that we got to clean up. But we got numbers of them. Joey hurt his knee a little bit, not a twist or anything, just hit the thing. And so he couldn't move very good. But the other guys, Malik's good enough to guard. So is Julius. And we just didn't do a very good job of it. So trap game a little bit. Team that we had nothing on. Players that we didn't even know. Found a way to win. We're going to have to do that a couple times. But those of you that think we're ready for, the national championship because we beat Duke, readjust your theories. We got a lot of work and a long way to go.
Our first question comes from Mike with WZZM.
Coach, I know that you kind of warned your team about this game, in terms of the right perspective to have. Was it frustrating that and I hope you don't take offense, that sort of fell on deaf ears a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I don't take offense to it. It's a reality. People got to learn. People don't listen sometimes. They got to learn. And like I said, Mike Davis has been a good coach since he was at Indiana, UAB, Texas Southern, Detroit. The guy's a really, really good coach. And he believes he can beat us when he comes in. And he's a good friend of mine. And he did everything. He did a heck of a job. Now, does it hurt too not to have your home crowd, just like did it hurt Duke? Of course it does. But, I felt like our defensive effort with our big guys was non-existent. And we got to fix that. That's all.
Next, we'll go out to Larry Lage.
Hey, Tom, Rocket, the way he created a shot for himself and his teammates in that, critical stretch in the second half, just your thoughts on that stretch for him.
I told Rocket after the game, that's the best I've seen him play ever, because he was under control. He made good plays. He made great decisions. He played phenomenal defense, and just think how long he was in there, because we had Aaron switching with him a little bit, and then Aaron got in foul trouble. So I thought Rocket Watts did an amazing job, and really proud of him, because we spent a lot of time with him after that Duke game. Mike Garland did, I did. And, I like it that, as the last question was asked, he responded. And that's what you hope. Just like Aaron Henry, he's playing the best basketball he's ever played. And when he starts shooting the ball better again, you're going to see those numbers go up and the double-doubles go up. But Rocket Watts was good defensively. He was very good offensively. He's going to take a bad shot or two. And I'm going to live with that, because I understand that, those are some of the things that change. Now, it can't be 5 or 6. And tonight it wasn't, and I was proud of him.
Next, we'll go out to Chris Solari.
You kind of touched on it a little bit with Foster, but there was that stretch where after he took that charge where everything kind of seemed to amp up a little bit. Can you talk a little bit, not just about that, but also with Gabe coming out and hitting those shots in the corner? It seemed like those two things really kind of gave the energy back to the team.
I would agree 100%. And what really, really excites me is to see you with that mask on in a room by yourself, it looks like. So that's taking it to another level, man. God bless you. But plus, I don't have to look at you this way. I guess that's another plus, huh? Thumbs up. But all kidding aside, Chris, I thought Foster gave us some energy. He played pretty good defense. I mean, we still struggled. Gabe did the same thing, Gabe struggled some defensively, but he made some good plays offensively. And we're going to get those two guys better because Foster's really been a good leader, good captain. We don't win that game without Foster, no matter how Rocket plays or how Aaron plays. And that's why I said he'd my third star if this was hockey.
As a follow to that, getting AJ the minutes at the point and kind of letting him get a little bit of run as well, how much does that help him and the depth moving forward?
Well, I think it's going to help some moving forward, but as we all know, I'm playing today. I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guys. And that's not going to happen all the time. I'm just trying to get some guys a chance. Now, remember, we took 30 minutes a game out of there with Josh, but Josh shouldn't play 30 minutes either. So AJ is going to help us, made some big plays, had some foolish turnovers, and that's what you're going to get out of a freshman once in a while. But I think he did show some good plays. I thought he played pretty good defense. Remember now too, he missed 2.5 weeks with that knee, and that kind of set him back too. So getting him more minutes is going to help. Getting Josh back is going to help. And maybe learning a few lessons with our big guys is really going to help. And that's kind of what you do at this time of year.
We'll go to Matt Charbonneau.
Tom, with Josh, is your thought process with the quick turnaround for Sunday or you have that balance of, do we try and give him a little more time, or you want him to still play and not sit out too much? Is that kind of a balance?
Oh no, he's going to play Sunday.
Yeah.
No. There's no. Listen, if this was a normal day and I wasn't taking Detroit lightly, but right now at this point in time in a year, after playing 29 minutes and traveling, I just wasn't going to take any chances. I told you guys I was going to do that. Don't read into it. It has nothing to do. He's playing, on Sunday, and he's going to play on Tuesday, and that's the way it'll be. So it's not this day to day. We're trying to manage him or even manage his minutes, Matt. I would like it a little less than 30, but Josh Langford's a valuable member to this team. And I told every one of our guys tonight, appreciate Josh too, appreciate him.
And would you say Joey late in the game not playing was more about you just didn't like the way he was defending and not so much that he banged his knee? Or
I'd say both.
Yeah.
I'd say both. I mean, you could see he was dragging his knee. I don't know what it looked like on TV, but he was dragging it. He didn't twist it or anything. He just hit it on the floor. So it's a bruise, but he wasn't moving very good, and he wasn't, but Joey's too good a player. We need him in there. He did liven us up in that one stretch and then really struggled defensively because I don't think he could move as good. So I'd say at the end it was more because of the injury, but he's got to play both ends.
All right, we got time for a few more. We'll start with Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Tom, is this game an example of why you have to coach your team hard when you're up almost 30 points? Because you said you had to find a way to win.
Yeah, I think it is, Lindsey. I think it's a good example of the way the whole year is going to be. We're not over talented. We don't come in here like Kentucky or, or maybe Gonzaga this year. We're not, we don't roll it out and everything goes right. But thought Rock and Foster ran our team better. I thought, we missed Josh. I'm not making excuses, but if our 4s and 5s play like they did tonight, we're not going to win a lot of games. Now, they played a lot better. They played a lot better at Duke. They played a lot better in the other games. They played really well against Notre Dame. They'll play better, but they got a lesson tonight that sometimes you got to go small. You know, in our league, you look at Iowa and Illinois and Wisconsin and Purdue. I mean, guys are 7-2, 7-4, 7-1, 240, 330, you know. There's going to be a lot more big guys. So that's why these games are hard, but you get an NCAA tournament, you never know what you'll get. So I think these games are important too. And so it was a good lesson, but I would say this in fairness to our fours. When you take a guy who kind of is playing the wing and, you know, he averages 9 minutes at St. Bonaventure's and, you know, 1.5 points a game, and he goes off for 20. That wasn't the scouts' fault. That was just a lack of us. That was the virus's fault. You know, they got 3 or 4 games canceled. We have no film on them. They have film on us. We're trying to get AU film. We're trying to get Torian Thompson film from Syracuse, film from Seton Hall, you know, not having any clue what they're going to run. That made it difficult, to be very blunt about it. So I was disappointed in our one-on-one defense, but I don't want to, you know, we don't have the normal scouting report, which just goes to show my assistants are valuable too. And that's what I told my team after. Everybody's valuable. And as they say at the Patriots, you got to do your job. An assistant has to do his job. Players have to do their job. Head coach has to do his job. And some of that was taken away from us by COVID. And we had to find a way to win. And we did find a way to win against a team that I thought played awfully well tonight and were really well coached. Really well coached.
Got it. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
We'll go out to Brendan Quinn.
Hey, Tom. You know, we see these moments from Gabe, the corner three-pointer and the drive baseline with the finish with his offhand, you know, and these moments. And then you see stretches of play where he's just kind of out there. You know, how does he get to a middle ground, and what does that look like?
Very well said for a reporter, because he was right both. I mean, that was a coach's evaluation. Example, not very good defense. Example, 0 rebounds in 20-some minutes, you know. But the other side of the example, 6 for 9, 4 for 6, played pretty hard, 16 points, only 1 turnover. You know, that's what we do now. We try to find happy mediums. I'm doing that with Rocket a little bit. Gabe is so coachable that I think he realizes his defense has improved. It was great at Duke. It was great against Notre Dame. So he's improved in that area. Tonight wasn't as good because we had guys guarding people that we didn't know who they were guarding. They didn't know who they were guarding. They put people in different ball screens. Like I said, Mike did a great job, and that created some problems for us. So it was a combination of a lot of things. But Gabe's been playing better. I'm happy to see him shoot well tonight because we need to shoot better, and we are a better shooting team. And him coming off that, you know, I thought Foster had 3 really good looks, 2 good looks. The drive and a layup wasn't, but 2 wide open threes that he'll hit. I thought we had enough good shots. We just didn't make them. So we get 16 assists instead of 22. And you know, Gabe, boy, Rocket threw him a good pass. I thought Aaron gave up a shot to get him that one in the corner. Really pleased with the unselfishness of my team, other than that Duke game when I thought we got a little crazy.
All right. Thanks.
All right, we have time for 2 final questions. We'll start with Jason Lewis and wrap up with Stoney. Jason.
Hey, Tom, obviously teams are going to have off nights throughout the season, but to get a test like this and get pushed there until the end, going before Big Ten play starts, how beneficial is that, and how important is that to see how your guys grinded through something like that before, you know, the games really start to matter with conference play or even in March?
Whenever you can win a game not playing great, it's beneficial. If you have to learn by losing, like Aaron said to the guys after, why do we have to learn a lesson? Well, that's part of life. You always got to learn lessons. And I thought that to not play great at Duke, and I don't think they felt they played great either. Neither one of us played very good offensively, and they were really good defensively, and we were pretty good defensively. But we found a way to win. A lot easier to get their attention after a win sometimes. You know, you don't think so. You think you need to lose. I think I got enough maturity on my team. We don't need to lose to figure it out. And tomorrow morning's film session, they're going to figure out that we didn't lose, but there's a lot of work to go. And that's what tomorrow morning will be for.
Stoney.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the lack of fans tonight and in Duke as well. But on TV, it seemed that all of a sudden there was this defense chant from the bench. It seemed to energize you. In these times with no fans, how important is that to have your team do things like that?
Stoney, I love you. I love you, man. We talked about it. You know, we listened to the TV last night. Illinois and Baylor got a lot. I said, hey, we're at Michigan State. The Izzone is our fans, but our bench is the same way. And I put that as a number one priority tonight, believe it or not. And wait till I tell my guys that even a guy like Stoney picked up on that. I love you for that. I'm gonna tell them that, and I really mean that because that is important. We are in some strange times, and it's very difficult for a player when you make a great play and something's not going right, or they start making some baskets and where the defensive chants come. But I'm impressed that you picked that up, and I'm saying that as sincere as I can be because it was one of the things we talked about, and I put it on my kid. I put it on Jack Hoiberg. I put it on Steve Smith's kid. I said, you guys are in charge of that, and I think they did a good job, and maybe they deserve the 3rd star. Maybe we have 4 stars. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
All right, Coach, that's all we have for you tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Be safe. Mask up.